Welcome back to the channel, family. If you love women's college basketball, if you live for breaking news, real stories, and moments that define a season, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications right now, because what you're about to hear is one of the most important South Carolina Gamecocks stories of the year. Nobody inside the arena expected the night to change so suddenly. The crowd was comfortable. South Carolina was rolling. The rhythm was smooth, confident, and familiar. But then, in a split second, everything stopped, and the entire season felt like it held its breath. Latson hit the floor. At first, it didn't look catastrophic. Basketball players fall all the time. But this was different. The way she stayed down. The way her teammates froze. The way the noise drained from the building. When Latson tried to stand and couldn't put weight on her leg, a silence took over that said more than any scoreboard ever could. For South Carolina, this wasn't just another player shaken up. This was the engine. The tempo setter. The guard who controlled spacing, pace, confidence, and emotional balance. Latson wasn't just filling a stat sheet, she was shaping identity. As trainers rushed in and Dawn Staley stood motionless on the sideline, the reality became unavoidable. South Carolina was about to be tested in a way blowout wins never prepare you for. And this is where seasons are either saved, or slowly unraveled. Latson was helped off the floor, unable to walk on her own. Cameras caught the concern on Staley's face, not panic, but calculation. Because champions don't react emotionally. They react strategically. Still, you could feel it. This was serious enough to force immediate change. The Gamecocks had two choices in that moment. Panic, tighten up, and let uncertainty creep into every possession, or trust their depth, trust their system, and trust the next woman up. That next woman was Madina Okot. If you weren't paying close attention before this game, this was the moment you learned her name. Not as a role player. Not as a nice story. But as a difference maker. Okot didn't wait to be invited into the moment. She took it. With Latson gone, South Carolina's offense had to breathe differently. The guards had to adjust. The ball movement shifted. And suddenly, the paint belonged to Madina Okot. Every rebound became personal. Every post touch carried urgency. Every defensive possession sent a message: this team would not fold. Okot ran the floor with purpose. She sealed defenders deep. She demanded the ball. And when it came, she finished through contact with calm authority. There was no rushing. No nerves. Just poise. What stood out most wasn't the points, it was the stability. Basketball teams don't collapse when stars go down because they lack talent. They collapse because they lose confidence. Okot erased that fear possession by possession. South Carolina didn't just survive without Latson. They dominated. The offense became balanced. The defense became meaner. The rebounding gap widened. And slowly, the message became clear: this team was deeper than any injury. As the lead ballooned, Dawn Staley watched closely. Not just the score, but the response. Who communicated? Who led? Who adjusted without being told? And Madina Okot answered every question. This performance didn't come out of nowhere. It was built quietly, practice after practice, film session after film session. While cameras followed stars, Okot was sharpening her footwork, learning angles, building chemistry, preparing for a moment that no one wants but every champion must be ready for. By the time the final buzzer sounded, South Carolina hadn't just won the game. They had proven something far more important. They could adapt. After the game, the focus immediately shifted back to Latson. Dawn Staley called the injury an ankle issue, emphasizing caution, evaluation, and long-term thinking. No panic. No guarantees. Just honesty. And that honesty matters. Because South Carolina isn't chasing regular season wins. They're chasing banners. And risking a cornerstone player before conference play truly heats up would be reckless. This is where Staley's brilliance shows. Not in X's and O's, but in restraint. If Latson misses time, South Carolina will adjust rotations. Guards will share more responsibility. The offense will lean into inside-out balance. And players like Okot won't just support the system, they'll expand it. That's the scary part for the rest of the country. South Carolina doesn't rely on one star. They manufacture stars through culture. Latson's injury forced a major change, but it also revealed a truth opponents don't want to accept. There is no weak link. There is no easy adjustment to exploit. Madina Okot didn't just save a moment. She announced herself. And when Latson returns, whether in days or weeks, South Carolina will be stronger, deeper, and more dangerous than before. Because now they know, they can lose a star and still look like a championship team. That realization doesn't just win games. It wins titles. If you enjoyed this deep breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe for daily women's basketball coverage, and drop a comment. Do you think South Carolina is still the team to beat even if Latson misses time? Because one thing is clear. Madina Okot is ready. Dawn Staley is prepared. And South Carolina is not slowing down.